I'm back and ready to stimulate some more workers! That choice of words was wrong on so many levels. But, whatever. While we do that, the last time I was talking about the Magnemite coil, and I got to thinking, you know, why Magnemite? I mean, I understand that it has to be a Pokemon that's found relatively early in the game, and that can be easy to find, but why specifically Magnemite? Why not something like Growlithe or Pidove or something? I mean, I understand it can't be something like Elekid or Magby because they're version exclusives, and it can't be Patrat either because, well, it's known to be the vendor trash normal type Pokemon, so there are many trolling opportunities here from people who think they're so hot that they're going to ask for a level 9 and under Reshiram in exchange for a Patrat. But yeah, why Magnemite when there were so many other candidates available? And the weird part about it is, and by the way, yes, I know, I just got poisoned again. I think I'm gonna take it like a man and try to last as long as I can in here, because if I go back to the Pokemon Center every single time I get poisoned or paralyzed or whatever, this is going to be a pretty long run of the Virbank complex. But yeah, as I said before, there are so many other Pokemon that could have been used. Like I mentioned Pidove, I mentioned Growlithe, I could also mention things like Suwaddle, for example. And let me see here, does Pignite learn Thief by any chance? No, it doesn't. Could have been somewhat useful for type coverage at this point in the game where 40 power is somewhat respectable. But, yeah, this is just a question that I've been asking myself, and the weirdest part is that, oh yeah, this guy, once again, he talks about what you can find in the Virbank complex, all the machinery and stuff, and believe it or not, there's a use to talking to this guy repeatedly, and yeah, he's going to run away because I don't know why. Why talk if you want nobody to hear you? It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But yeah, as I said before, there's a purpose to doing this, and I think this is the last piece of dialogue we're going to have from this guy, so let's just get this out of the way right now. And it's not like it's really annoying either, since he's only blocked off by, and I use the term blocked off loosely, he's only behind tall grass the first time around. The other two times he's right out in the open, so I'm going to get an ether for that, so pretty good, I guess. So, while I'm here, I'm just going to check up with this lady here. I don't think I have the habitat list complete yet. Nope. I know I don't think I've run into a Magnemite yet, so I'm going to have to be on the lookout for that. Is there nothing at all here? Okay. So, yeah. As I was saying earlier, or trying to say, the fun thing is that many people thought of the Magnemite coil trick independently of each other, and most of the people who did thought of Magnemite as a Pokemon to use for that, as opposed to all the other early game Pokemon that you can find, which is pretty weird, so I guess there must be some special reason why Magnemite was the one that was chosen to do the job as opposed to all these other Pokemon. Also, I guess I should mention this because I'm not going to hear the end of it if I don't. At E3 on June 11th, there is going to be a presentation and Q&A about Pokemon X and Y. The whole thing is going to last about 90 minutes, and right now we have no idea what is going to be revealed there, if anything at all, or if it's going to be a rehash of old information. But if they're willing to answer questions, maybe we're going to find something else that's new. And I know a few people are going to be absolutely pissed if it's not the fairy type reveal, but I guess we'll see. All I can say is, after all the cock blocks that we've had lately, and even those times when something big was supposed to be announced and we ended up getting stuff stuff like Poke Park 2 instead, I can safely say that I have no expectations whatsoever for this event. And on a completely unrelated subject, something that you guys might find interesting, we all knew that Australia was pretty out there when it came to video game ratings. X and Y have been rated PG over there. I'm not kidding! And it's not the first Pokemon games that have received this treatment either. Rumble 2 was PG, and Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum was PG as well. But the other main game series were rated, well, their equivalent of the E rating for everyone. So, why? What do Generations 4 and 6 have that the others don't? And Rumble 2, for that matter. Though, to be fair, the Rumble series are rated E10 plus in North America, so I guess I don't know. Maybe the fact that the so-called cartoony violence is a bit more direct, I would say, in the Rumble series would possibly justify it, but man, if that's all it takes to get an E10 plus rating these days, what are we headed for? E10 plus Hello Kitty, E10 plus Dora the Explorer, and yeah, once you talk to this guy after you went and fought all the workers, you're going to get the Rock Smash TM, which is going to be pretty useful, because I'm going to replace Pignite's arm thrust with it. Sure, the damage per turn is a bit lower, 40 compared to an average of 45, but it has that 50% chance of lowering defense every time it's used, and it's overall more consistent, which I like in a move. So this is why I am going to use Rock Smash instead of Arm Thrust. So now, what I'm going to do, since I need some healing stat, I'm going to head to the Pokemon Center, and let's talk to this guy here. What kind of medal am I going to have? The Lightwalker medal. So, yeah, I'm going to heal real quick, and after that, I'm going to head back to the Virbank complex to find a Magnemite. Not to catch, though, only to kill. I only need to kill it in order to have its entry in the habitat list, since I want to complete it for this chick at the south of it. This took a lot more time than it should have, considering that it has like a 25% appearance rate in this place, but I finally managed to find a Magnemite, so I'm just going to head to the southern end of the complex real quick and see if she will accept my full habitat list. No? What in the actual fuck? Okay, now I'm stumped. I'll be right back in just a second. So, get this! I'm supposed to find a Pidove on the outside of the complex, since it's not on the inside, and I also have to find an Audino, since I haven't fought any up to this point. So, you just saw Pidove as Pignite wants to learn Smog. 20 power, 70 accuracy, PASS pass! Seriously, this has to be one of the most horrible moves ever. So, now, I still have an Audino to find, and the way to find it hasn't changed at all. You just run around, or it's easier to do with a bike, but since I don't have it, I'm just going to run around until one of those patches of grass starts shaking at random. And since this could take a while, I'm going to cut ahead to when I find one. Yeah, again, great. Okay, here we go. Hopefully I don't run into... Thank you. I was about to say I don't want to run into a battle on the first tile, which would have sucked because I would have had to do it all over again. So, Rock Smash, of course, the best move to use against such an opponent. No defense drop, though. It was really unneeded, because even with that Oran Berry, another Rock Smash is going to be enough to kill that thing. So down the Audino goes, and I hope that it's all that's needed for the habitat list in this place. Otherwise I have no idea. It can't possibly include stuff like fishing and surfing, since we can't do that yet. Oh, there we go! It was about time, too. I was really hoping that the game would just admit that it's full now. So, what am I gonna get for this? Oh, a few Great Balls. Pretty cool since, well, they're free. They're not very cost-effective, but they're free. So, not really complaining. So, something else that I want to show you about the habitat list. You know, I fought an Audino in the Virbank complex, but if you go to another area, such as this, you're going to see that Audino is recorded in there too. That's right, when you fight a Pokemon in the wild, it's automatically recorded in every area where you can possibly find it, such as Audino, which is found just about everywhere. So now that we're done training in the Virbank complex, how about we head to the gym? Yeah, it looks like a pretty small building, huh? Until you consider that, well, the gym is actually in the basement, which, well, sort of makes sense because that's where Roxy's band is practicing, and you can hear their music even from up here, well, not really up here, but through these doors at least. So, yeah, feel free to challenge all of them. In fact, it's mandatory, since the gym puzzle is that you have to defeat all the underlings again. Really uncreative. Now, I just want you to listen to this for a second. Future top of the charts song in every country in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the reason why I'm pointing this out is that, well, here they're spelling out Pokemon, but in the Japanese version, they spelled out the Japanese name for coughing, since coughing is one of the Pokemon that Roxy uses, and oh, right, this is why I have to beat the underlings first, so that they will stop playing music, so Roxy will actually hear me try to challenge her. But yeah, as I was saying, in the Japanese version, they were spelling out Coughing's Japanese name, and back before the international releases came out, there was some anticipation to see what they would do with the German version, to see if they would end up unwittingly giving subliminal advertising for a certain website, which didn't turn out to be the case. As far as I know, this whole spelling out Pokemon thing is, it's in every version of the game except the Japanese one. Also, one thing that I should mention about this place as well is that the traditional gym theme that plays while you're not fighting anyone is only in the first gym, because in the other gyms, it's all remixes of that same song, which varies depending on the theme of the gym, the type that's used. But and that what you just heard just now was the remix for the Virbank gym. Also, and by the way, yes, poisoned again, but I don't think that other underling really can take me out, even with poison damage factored in, so I'm just going to defeat her, and after that I'm going to call it a day, go heal myself off screen, and then challenge Roxy next time. Speaking of Roxy, a lot of people have complained that her name is a bit too close to for comfort to Roxanne, which is one of Hoen's gym leaders, but you probably knew that already. Oh, sorry about that involuntary Josh Jepson reference here, but yeah, it's sort of a shortened form of Roxanne, and it's tickled quite a few people the wrong way, including myself to an extent, I guess. I mean, it's got the word rock, you know, for rock music, and the word toxic as well, which is what they were going for. Someone suggested that she should have been called Britney because of Britney Spears' song called Toxic. I think this would have been really clever, actually, but oh well, we're not the ones in charge of localization, and maybe it's better that way. But overall, it's just a name, and while I don't really like the choice, I can't really let something as minor as that affect me too much. So, now that Roxy's pretty much all alone and playing, we're going to be able to take her out in the next episode.